Imagine a job that millions of people do every single day. A job that seems so fundamentally human, so woven into the fabric of our society, that replacing it with a machine feels like science fiction. Now, picture this. That replacement isn't decades away. It isn't even 5 years away. It's happening right now, under our noses, and it's accelerating at a speed that most experts didn't see coming. What if I told you that in less than a decade, a significant portion of these roles could be performed not by people, but by algorithms? This isn't just a prediction, it's an observation of a trend already in motion, quietly reshaping an entire industry while we look the other way. This is not a story about factory workers, truck drivers. The job we are talking about today requires creativity, empathy, complex problem solving. It's a job many of you might have considered for yourselves, or one your friends and family currently hold. We've always been told these jobs were safe from AI. They were protected by a wall of human ingenuity and emotional intelligence, but that wall is starting to crumble. Today, we will pull back the curtain, expose the uncomfortable truth about how AI is beginning to dismantle this profession, piece by piece. We will investigate the tasks that AI can already perform better, faster, cheaper than any human ever could. We will show real-world examples proving this is not just a theoretical threat. Throughout this journey, we'll uncover surprising facts that challenge what you thought you knew about the future of work. The central question is no longer if this job will be replaced, but how it will be transformed and who will be left behind in the process. The stakes are incredibly high, not just for the millions employed, but for all of us who rely on their work every single day. What you are about to see might be unsettling. It might even feel threatening. But ignoring this change is not an option. By the end of this video, you will understand the true scale of this disruption and be forced to confront a difficult reality. The future is arriving much faster than we think, and it's time to pay attention before it's too late. The job we once considered untouchable is on the brink of a revolution. Are we ready for what comes next? Stay with us as we uncover the story of the job that is changing faster than you can imagine. So, what is this mysterious job on the verge of an AI takeover? It's a role you interact with almost daily, often without even realizing it. We are talking about graphic designers. These are the visual storytellers of our modern world. They are the hidden architects behind the brands you love. They are the hidden architects behind the websites you browse. They are the hidden architects behind the apps you use on your phone. Every logo that catches your eye. Every advertisement that makes you stop and think. Every product package that convinces you to make a purchase, a graphic designer was there first, meticulously crafting that experience. They are not just making things look pretty, they are building the visual language of our entire economy. Think about the last time you navigated a new city, the street signs that guided you, the map on your phone that made sense of the chaos, the logo on the coffee shop that promised a familiar taste. All of these were the work of a designer. They take complex information and make it simple, intuitive, and instantly understandable. Without them, our world would be a confusing mess of unstructured data. We would be lost in a sea of text and noise, unable to make quick decisions. Their work is the invisible glue that holds our visual environment together, creating order and meaning where there would otherwise be none. This profession is massive. Millions of people around the globe work as graphic designers, freelancers in home offices. Millions of people around the globe work as graphic designers, teams in massive corporate marketing departments. They are a vital part of nearly every industry you can imagine. Technology, retail, entertainment, healthcare. Their skills are what turn a simple idea into a billion-dollar brand. They are the reason you choose one product over another, even when the products themselves are nearly identical. The economic impact is staggering. The design industry contributes hundreds of billions of dollars to the global economy each year, shaping consumer behavior and driving business growth in ways we rarely appreciate. But their importance goes even deeper than just commerce. Graphic designers also shape our culture and our conversations. They create posters for social movements. They create infographics that explain complex scientific discoveries. They create book covers that invite us into new worlds. They have the power to influence public opinion, to educate, and to inspire action on a massive scale. When a message needs to be powerful, memorable, and emotionally resonant, it is a designer who is called upon to bring it to life. Their work is not just a service, it is a fundamental pillar of modern communication and society itself. At its core, graphic design is about building trust. When you see a well-designed website for a bank, you automatically feel more secure about entering your financial information. The clean layout, the professional logo, the consistent color scheme. These elements send a subconscious signal. This company is legitimate, reliable, and trustworthy. A designer carefully constructs that signal, silent guardians of a brand's reputation, creating immediate and powerful first impressions. That impression can be the difference between a customer who stays and one who leaves in seconds. This is a huge responsibility. This role becomes even more critical in moments of crisis or uncertainty. Think about public health campaigns during a pandemic. Clear, simple infographics explaining how to stay safe. Posters showing symptoms to watch for. Social media graphics spreading vital information. All designed to build public trust and encourage cooperation. In high-stakes situations, confusing or poorly designed materials can lead to misinformation, panic, and even loss of life. Designers on the front lines, translating complex expert advice into messages everyone can understand and trust. Beyond trust, the most important aspect of a graphic designer's job is creating an emotional connection. Think about your favorite movie poster. It doesn't just tell you who is in the film, it makes you feel something. It evokes excitement, mystery, romance. That feeling is not an accident, it's the result of a designer making countless small decisions. Designers try to capture the soul of a story, a product, a brand, and translate it into a visual form that sparks emotion. This connection makes a design memorable and powerful. The job becomes less science, more art. Designers must understand culture, context, subtle human nuances. They need empathy to step into the audience's shoes. What are their hopes? What are their fears? What visual language will speak to them? A children's toy design will feel playful and bright. A luxury watch design will feel elegant and sophisticated. Tailoring messages to emotional wavelengths has long been seen as a human talent, born from lived experience and intuition. Consider a charity logo for saving endangered animals. A hand-drawn illustration can evoke fragility and care. Earthy colors connect the cause to nature. Every choice pulls at heartstrings and motivates donations. They're not arranging shapes and colors, they're telling a story to make you care. Emotional storytelling is a designer's superpower. It turns passive viewers into active participants. It can change minds and inspire action. Without human connection, design is empty decoration. But AI is now crossing that final frontier. For years, we believed machines couldn't replicate creativity or understand emotion. We were told that empathy was our impenetrable defense. However, new AI models are being trained on vast datasets of human art, culture, and emotional expression. They're learning what makes us laugh, what makes us cry, what makes us feel connected. The human touch is being quantified, analyzed, and replicated by code. And this changes everything. So, what does a graphic designer actually do all day? It's easy to imagine them sitting in a cool studio, waiting for a brilliant flash of inspiration to strike. But the reality is far more methodical and, frankly, a lot less glamorous. A huge portion of a designer's day is spent not on creating, but on communication. They are constantly in meetings, on calls, responding to emails. They have to listen carefully to clients, trying to understand a vision that is often vague or poorly articulated. They ask endless questions, digging deep to uncover the true goal behind a project before a single pixel is placed. This is the detective work of design. Then comes the research phase, which is another massive time sink. Before designing a logo for a new coffee brand, for example, a designer will spend hours, sometimes days, studying the competition. They analyze what works and what doesn't. They research the target audience. What are their values? What aesthetics appeal to them? What did they expect from a coffee brand? They create mood boards, collecting images, colors, fonts that capture the desired feeling. This isn't about copying ideas. It's about understanding the entire visual landscape to find a unique space for the new brand to exist and thrive within. After all that preliminary work, the sketching begins. This rarely starts on a computer. Most designers begin with a pencil and paper, rapidly exploring dozens of different concepts. These aren't finished masterpieces, they are rough, quick, and disposable ideas. The goal is to get as many possibilities out of their head and onto the page as possible, without judgment. They might sketch 50 different logo ideas knowing that 49 of them will probably be rejected. This process of rapid, low-fidelity iteration is crucial. It's about exploring every path before committing to one, a disciplined process of elimination that is mentally taxing. But that is no longer true. AI has now become an incredibly powerful idea machine. Midjourney, DALL-E, can generate hundreds of visual concepts in a matter of seconds. A designer can simply type in a prompt like a logo for a sustainable coffee brand, minimalist, earthy tones, a leaf motif, and watch as the AI produces an endless stream of possibilities, each one distinct and professionally rendered. Where a human designer might spend a full day sketching and developing 3 or 4 solid concepts, an AI can produce 50 in under 5 minutes. This isn't just about speed, it's about exploring avenues that a human might never have considered. It can break a designer out of their creative rut, offering starting points that are already visually rich and compelling. The blank page, once a source of anxiety, is now a playground for instant inspiration, curated by an algorithm. This capability extends far beyond just logos. Generate entire mood boards, create color palettes based on an image or a theme, suggest typography pairings. Imagine a designer needing to create a website for a new tech startup, futuristic, clean, dark mode with neon accents. The AI will instantly provide multiple layouts, each complete with placeholder images, headlines, buttons. The initial phase of conceptualization, which used to be a laborious manual process, is now becoming a task of curation, with the designer selecting the best options from a flood of AI-generated content. The scary part is how good these ideas have become. In the beginning, AI-generated images were strange and flawed, but now, they are often indistinguishable from work created by a human professional. The AI has learned the principles of composition, color theory, visual hierarchy, by analyzing millions of existing designs. It understands what makes an image balanced, what makes a logo memorable, and what makes a layout intuitive. It is no longer just a tool for rough ideas. It is a creative partner that can produce polished, client-ready concepts almost instantly. The role of the designer is shifting from creator to director. The first wave of replacement is already crashing down on the most vulnerable part of the industry, the entry-level jobs. For decades, the path to becoming a successful graphic designer started with grunt work. Junior designers were hired to do the simple, repetitive tasks that senior designers didn't have time for. Resizing hundreds of images for a new website, removing backgrounds from product photos, creating simple social media banners from a template, or converting files into different formats. These jobs weren't glamorous, but they were the critical training ground where young designers learned the software, the workflow, and the business of design. Now almost all of that work can be done by AI, and it can be done instantly. The AI-powered Remove Background button has single-handedly eliminated a task that once filled a junior designer's entire day. AI upscaling tools have made the job of sourcing high-resolution images trivial. Smart templates and generative AI can now create endless variations of social media posts with just a few clicks. The very tasks that were meant to be the first rung on the career ladder are vanishing. Companies no longer need to hire a human to do what a piece of software can accomplish for a low monthly subscription fee. This isn't a future prediction, it's the current reality in many agencies and marketing departments. This creates a dangerous gap in the talent pipeline. If junior designers can't get their foot in the door, how will they ever gain the experience needed to become senior designers? The traditional apprenticeship model of the design world is breaking down. We are heading towards a future with a surplus of highly experienced, strategic senior designers and a severe shortage of new talent, because the entry points are being automated out of existence. This extinction event for entry-level roles is the first and most obvious place where AI is directly replacing humans. It's a silent culling of the next generation of creative professionals before they even get a chance to start their careers. The next area of replacement is happening in the freelance and small business market. Think about a local bakery, a new podcast, or a solo entrepreneur starting an online store. In the past, they would have hired a freelance graphic designer on a platform like Fiverr or Upwork for a few $100s to create a simple logo and some basic branding. This segment of the market provided a steady stream of income for hundreds of thousands of designers around the world. It was the bread and butter for a huge portion of the creative class. Now, this entire ecosystem is under direct assault from AI-powered design platforms that offer a faster, cheaper, and good enough alternative. Why pay a freelancer $300 and wait a week for a logo when a service like Logo AI can generate 50 options for $20 in 5 minutes? For a small business owner whose primary concern is launching quickly and saving money, the choice is becoming painfully obvious. These AI tools can deliver a professional-looking logo, a full brand guide, and ready-to-use social media templates at a fraction of the cost and time. The AI-generated designs might lack the deep narrative or unique spark of a human-made logo, but for many clients, that's a trade-off they are more than willing to make. The design is no longer seen as a bespoke craft, but as a commodity to be acquired as efficiently as possible. We stand at a profound crossroads, a moment of reckoning for an entire creative profession. We've seen how graphic designers are the hidden architects of our visual world, the guardians of trust, the creators of vital human connection. It is this hidden labor of creation that is being targeted by the relentless advance of artificial intelligence, forcing us to ask a difficult question about the future. The evidence is clear and mounting. AI is no longer just a simple tool, it has become an idea machine, a tireless technical assistant, an emerging artist in its own right. The replacement is happening now. Entry-level roles face an extinction event. The freelance market is being commoditized by cheap AI alternatives. Traditional creative agencies risk automation into obsolescence. The foundations of the profession are shaking. In 5 to 10 years, the graphic designer's role will be unrecognizable. The job will bifurcate dramatically. At the top, a small elite of creative directors and brand strategists will thrive. They will use AI as a powerful instrument, guiding it to execute complex visions. They will be the conductors of an AI orchestra. Below them, the vast majority, production artists, junior designers, budget freelancers, will be largely replaced by autonomous systems. Will AI replace graphic designers? The answer is a difficult, nuanced yes. For much of the industry, replacement is inevitable. To survive, designers must evolve into strategic thinkers and creative directors. They must focus on the one area AI still struggles with: genuine human empathy, cultural understanding, the ability to build a truly meaningful narrative. The future of design is a collaboration where the human is the soul of the machine.